Finals tahun 2019. Mereka banyak banget melahirkan pemain-pemain berbakat. Zuxi, Luxi, Ryzen, Microboy. Terus habis itu Zuxi, Luxi juga saat mereka menjadi juara dunia, mereka berada di masa prime-nya mereka banget.
PUBG Mobile Esports always strives to develop and grow year after year. That's why we made sure to continue the support and build the SEA region. In 2020, the improvement of the competitive schedule introduced the World League, which later became the World Invitational. We also launched the PUBG Mobile Pro League, where even more outstanding teams joined the competitive stage. In the 2020 PMWR, BTR once again clinched the championship in the East. This had given Southeast Asia the title of the strongest region in the world. They hoped to continue their legacy at the PUBG Mobile Global Championship, the pinnacle of PUBG Mobile Esports. However, BTR was not able to repeat their performance from the previous year.
Two teams is going dead goal left. This round, winner, chicken dinner, Nova XQL.
With the rise of Team Nova, countless brilliant moments were had, but this also left many players with regret.
After BTR Red Alien won at the Global Championship in Kuala Lumpur, we thought C region was the best. We thought nobody could beat C region except maybe RRQ Athena, maybe Illuminate the Murder, maybe Mega Conqueror, but C region was the best at the time. And we get to the league. We heard of a team called Nova. We thought maybe this team is not that good. On the contrary, they owned all the teams. They were very good.
Let's move forward to the year 2021. With continuous efforts, more teams and players joined the Pro League. For example, Xavier, who placed third in the 2020 PMWI East League, also secured second place in the PMGC East League. FaZe Clan also made their debut on the world stage.
Có thể nói 2021 là năm thành công nhất của Dingo Xavier trên đấu trường quốc tế, khẳng định vị thế và tên tuổi của Việt Nam vô cùng mạnh mẽ. Còn với FaZe Clan, đây là năm đầu tiên họ đặt chân đến với giải đấu cao cấp nhất của PUBG Mobile, nhưng lại khiến tất cả những đối thủ khác đều phải dè chừng và e ngại.
Undoubtedly, the year 2022 has brought the greatest changes to the SEA region. Vampire Esports emerged, dominating 2022 PMWI, winning both the main and after-party tournaments, while also setting records for most chicken dinners, most eliminations, and more. They were not only facing competitors from the SEA region, but from all over the world. Everyone was talking about VPE and wondering if they can maintain their performance at the Global Championship or if it was just a stroke of good luck. On the last day of the 2022 PMGC Grand Finals, VPE won 3 chicken dinners alone, moving from the bottom of the table to 6th place, achieving the best result for the SEA region. They pulled off another miracle, but sadly, it was not enough to win achieving the best result for the SEA region. They pulled off another miracle, but sadly, again, was not enough to achieving the best result for the SEA region. They pulled off another miracle, they once again was not enough to achieving the best result for the SEA region. They pulled off another miracle, they once again was not enough.
People who make stuff up.
เอาจริงก็ผมมองว่าน่าจะโอ้โหไม่มีใครที่จะรู้ว่าฝั่งตัวแวมไพร์จะสักเซน
And then we can go to Rozok.
นะครับเพราะยุคนั้นเหมือนทุกคนจะโฟกัสไปทางฝั่งตัวอินฟินแล้วก็เฟซแคทที่มีแบบว่าผู้เล่นดังๆ
Any reason you don't check for grappling hook from enemies great PG? It's not highlighted, the grappling hook, right? It's just a random item always on the bottom of the list, so I do forget sometimes. And I don't scroll all the way down because on the bottom you sometimes just get the attachments that no one wants. Yeah.
But don't forget, Alter Ego, an Indonesian team, showed a very strong performance
like,
by winning the Super League twice.
Just like the Quick Draw magazine, the extended Quick Draw is like on top of the list, and the extended is like on the just the Quick Draw is like on the bottom or something.
They could potentially become the next legend of the SEA region.
Untuk dibilang legend, gua rasa belum sih untuk Alter Ego. Walaupun mereka sempat ngedapetin back-to-back champion untuk PMSL 2023, itu menurut gua hanya sekedar untuk ngasih pembuktian gitu bahwa Indonesia tidak kehabisan pemain berbakat. Ya mungkin contohnya Rosemary gitu. Datangnya dia ke Alter Ego tuh bener-bener jadi ujung tombak untuk Alter Ego, dan nggak berhenti di Rosemary. masih ada alpha juga yang didatangkan oleh alter ego untuk mengisi kekosongan atau kekurangan dari alter ego. Dan gue rasa PMGC 2023 ini akan menjadi ajang global championship pertama gitu untuk Rosemary dan juga si Alpha. Jadi wajib banget kita nantikan performnya mereka di PMGC 2023 dan please di notes pastikan tonton alter ego sampai akhir.
Of course, there are many more teams we haven't mentioned, but these teams will all take part in the 2023 PUBG Mobile Global Championship. So what do you think? Who will be the ultimate winner in this year's PMGC? Will they be from SEA? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Greetings, PUBG Mobile players! The long-awaited Frost Festival is about to commence. In the new version 2.9, we'll be introducing battles filled with a frosty atmosphere.
I jumped from the house
Snow
and
Battle
landed
is
on
coming
the
to
wall.
town.
I got no
Furthermore,
damage,
you'll
and
also
I
get
jumped
to
from the
experience
wall.
updates
It's
to
1
World of
meter
Wonder
high, and
and
I got
Classic
lots
mode.
of damage.
So let's dive right into it.
Okay.
In the Frost Festival, we'll be bringing you a series of snow-themed content, including a new Snowy Village-themed area, fun interactions with snow pals, and snow-themed items for more gaming fun and excitement. When miraculous December comes,
something
the
happened to
frosty
me now
world
right
will
now as
undergo
well. I
some
wanted to
magical
heal, and when the
changes.
healing was
Stay
done,
tuned
it
for
just doesn't
updates.
heal you,
Don't
it
miss
just
out.
disappears.
First, let's take a look at the new themed area, Snowy Village. The village covers a wide area of 280 by 150 and has loads of supplies. It's located near Stalber in Erringen, Iceborg in Livik, and Goroka in Vikendi. In addition to the buildings on the ground, the underground area of the Lucky Ice Tower is also worth exploring. Make use of the two-story layout to experience a completely new battle experience. Sound the bell in the Lucky Ice Tower, and you can even summon rewards. Additionally, the village also has a snow rail, which can help you quickly move around and gather supplies. It allows you to navigate flexibly between different areas of the village, and also swiftly relocate to advantageous positions during battles for your team to counterattack more effectively. Of course, you should always remain vigilant to avoid becoming the target of an ambush. What's more, the village also features a special two-seat vehicle, the Reindeer. It's also a great choice for transportation, as it allows you to swiftly move all over the map. For intense battles, we've also prepared festive and practical battle equipment for you. The Snowball Blaster and Snowboard. The Snowball Blaster can be used in many ways and has loads of functionality. When you aim it at the ground or a building, it can create a snow pile cover for you. When used on enemies, you can temporarily transform them into lively snow piles to restrict their movement. When facing bodies of water, you can use the Snowball Blaster to freeze the surface so that you can walk on it. It's definitely a practical yet entertaining weapon. After transforming into a lively snow pal, you will be unable to use firearms to do battle. You'll only be able to rely on basic actions such as walking, running, jumping, and swimming to evade enemy pursuit. It takes some time before you can revert to your human form. Let's build a snowman together. The snowboard will also bring you a whole new experience. Apart from helping you glide and move on various surfaces, it can also be used with the Snowball Blaster. Explore the many possibilities and use these two items to have all kinds of fun. We've also designed various interactive mechanics, such as searching for snow toppers, lucky ice, and a snow blast zone. When you encounter a lucky snowman on the map, don't be in a rush to leave. There are 4 lost little snowmen hidden near the lucky snowman. Search for the 4 hidden snow toddlers and bring them back to the large snowman. You'll then receive a token of gratitude. There are lots of lucky ice scattered across the map. Shatter the ice to get the supplies inside. Try using a melee weapon to break the ice more easily. Furthermore, you'll find that snow has engulfed some red zones on the map, and the falling snow will bring about many interesting effects. Players within a snow blast zone will be transformed into a lively snow pal. If they're hit by the snow, if the snow lands on the ground, a snow pile cover will be created.
Exactly, I'm surprised that didn't damage you.
In this World of Wonder update, we'll be introducing a brand new transformation skill gameplay and a catch-me-hide-and-seek gameplay for you to enjoy the transformation skills to the fullest. Of course, you can also use this skill to create more interesting creations. We've also added a Snowy Village map template to celebrate the Frost Festival with creators. Additionally, we've also made some updates and improvements to gameplay devices, game parameter settings, and the editor. For more details, please follow the official PUBG Mobile community. We'll continue introducing the latest content to everyone. As for Classic Mode, we've also made some improvements to vehicles, firearms, creation mode, emotes, settings, and more. First, we've enhanced the designated marksman rifles. Some DMRs can be equipped with a full auto mod to fire in full auto. We've also improved the attributes and handling of some vehicles to enhance your driving experience. We've also added a new garage mechanic. From now on, you can choose your dream ride during matches. Meanwhile, we've also added a custom SFX adjustment feature. You can adjust the volume of some sound effects to whatever best suits you. As for creation mode, we'll be introducing some quick view features for watching the victory dance and fireworks displays and the new Frozen Kingdom themed performance in order to provide players with more possibilities for creative content.
Someone else is shooting me though,
we've
or was it
expanded
you?
the emote backpack. Now you can equip more emotes before entering the battleground. That's a wrap for the main content in this new version. In addition, new content will be added to the popularity battle event, Metro Royale, and season rewards. For more details, follow our official PUBG mobile community. Snow Battle is coming to town.
Crazy
winner, chicken dinner.
Nice, but no flipping.
In 2020, while the eyes of most PUBG Mobile viewers were focused on Southeast Asia as well as other regions, there was one region in particular that went under the radar, the 2020 EMEA League. Numerous teams from different regions were fighting for a spot in the 2020 PMGC. Among them, the teams from the EU region were the most dazzling. Canina Power, which had previously won 3rd place in the 2020 PMWL West League, managed to break through and eventually won 6th place in the 2020 PMGC. Class Dilge Athletics from Turkey also successfully took 8th place. For the entire EU region, this was a great start, and in the future, the EU region would grow into an even stronger region. The EU region seems to have endless potential. They always have a number of astonishingly talented newcomers. In the 2021 PMWI, in addition to the veteran team Canina Power taking 2nd place, the newly reorganized team in 2021, Next Ria,
Xenox in the smokes, the solo by themselves.
I don't know, I was
surprisingly
maybe someone will show up or not, but I guess not. The zone is still quite big.
The EU region seems to just have endless potential. There's always a number of astonishingly talented newcomers
let's go
coming up through the ranks, developing their skills, and in 2021 at the PMWI, you had some of the veterans there for sure. Canina Power taking 2nd place, an incredible performance coming through from them to get that 2nd place. But not only that, you had the reorganized team for Next Ria in 2021 who won PMPL Turkey. They came first in their region. West to take 3rd place. Talents there, and there's so much more left in the pipeline. I'm really excited.
In the 2021 PMGC, teams from around the world gathered once again. First of all, worth mentioning is that among all the participating countries in the grand finals, Turkey had the most of 3. Among them, teams like S2G and Next Ria finished 4th and 6th respectively. This was a massive achievement. The efforts of the EU region are constantly bearing fruit. Now they just needed an opportunity.
他没有当过防疫职，他不晓得行政中立的原则嘛？他知道啊，那他为什么敢这样？明玄兄讲得很好啊，现在立法院
以前大家还是互相有攻防，偷偷摸摸的，现在是演都不演了，他懒得跟在野党讲什么，他直接讲我要罢免你们全部。因为那你说要进入招待所就像郑文灿跟梁文杰这个跟林炳文这
temsilcilerimizin çünkü dünyadaki takımların iyi performansları söz konusu. Büyük finallerde temsilcimiz S2G 4. olmayı başardı. Nexu'ya 6. olmayı başardı. Maalesef Fenerbahçe ilk 8'in dışarısında kalmıştı. Ama bu takımın ileride çok iyi şeyler vaat ettiği konusunda herkesin fikirdi.
Next, let's go directly to the 2022 PMGC. At a time when everyone was focusing on whether Nova could win 3 consecutive championships, a team that was not originally a favorite to win was about to become the focus on the stage.
So how can I
S2G performed consistently in the first 2 days of competition, always maintaining a position at the top of the leaderboard.
And then the membership
on the final day, S2G changed its conservative tactical strategy and sought to gain more elimination points in the last few rounds. And in the last round, S2G secured the championship with 15 elimination points.
The champion of 2022, it is S2G!
They finally broke through and made history for the
2022 Dünya Şampiyonası bizim büyük zaferler bekliyor. Tabii ki Dünya Şampiyonası başlamadan önce bu zaferlerin geleceği konusunda çok bir fikrimiz yoktu. S2G kadrosunda bazı değişiklikler yapmıştı. Takıma yeni katılan oyuncular vardı. Özellikle Reis'le birlikte takımın form seviyesi gerçekten çok yüksekti. 2022 Dünya Şampiyonası finallerine 2 takım göndermeyi başarmıştık. Bir tanesi S2G, bir tanesi Firefly. Fireflux. Maalesef iki takımımızın kaderleri birazcık farklı oldu. İlk günden itibaren S2G sürekli olarak zirveyi kovalarken Fireflux için işler iyi gitmemişti. Üçüncü gün geldiğinde S2G güzel maçlar geçirdi ve şampiyonluğu Türkiye'ye getirmeyi başardı. Bu Türkiye e-spor tarihindeki en unutulmaz başarıydı.
This year, the EU region has continuously produced even more strong teams. First of all, G Gladiators won first place at the 2023 PUBG Mobile Pro League Spring Regional Championships and third place in the 2023 PMWI. Veteran teams like Nexria and Canada Power have been performing better and better this year and successfully qualified for the 2023 PMGC. Subsequently, hot recent teams like Mad Bulls, BRA Esports, Major Pride, Elise Esports, Demorte, among others from EU, have also successfully gotten a spot in PMGC.
Thank you
they all
so
look
much
forward to continuing the success of the EU region in 2023. There are many questions surrounding PMGC. Will S2G successfully defend their championship? Will another EU team lift the trophy? Could it even be a team unexpected to win it all? Let's witness it together in Turkey.
Like, wait a minute. You are here now? Then, no. Pass. I think we can go to just the containers real quick and get some Puffer 6 ammo.
I'm Gold Investigator. Join the investigator team and let's protect the game's fairness together.
Doesn't show me to renew mine, PG. What does it say to your membership? Like, when does this
Popularity Annual Gala event tutorial. Hey there. Welcome to the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala. We've introduced a brand new competition and upgraded rewards. You will have to go through 10 rounds of 1v1 matches and compete to become the first ever PUBG Mobile Popularity Annual Gala champion. So let's get right to it. New competition, ladder competition. The Popularity Annual Gala event will be utilizing a new ladder promotion system. Players' initial ladder grade will be determined by their battle points at the end of the first round. Ladders are divided into 6 grades. Triple S, A, B, and C, with Triple S being the highest. Ladder promotion rules. Players are ranked based on the popularity they gain during the battle period. For rounds 1 to 9, the ladder results are settled at the end of every round's battle. Apart from ladder grade C, each ladder has 100 spots, with the top 20 promoted, the middle 60 retained, and the bottom 20 demoted. If you're trying to move up the ranks, be sure to stay within your ladder's retain threshold or higher before each round is settled. Additionally, ladder grades can only be promoted or demoted by 1 grade at a time, so your performance to the assigned round is crucial. Be sure not to miss it. Final showdown.
113.
Based on the rankings from the previous 9 rounds, round 10 will be the decisive showdown to determine the final rank and ladder grade placement, including the champion of the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala, who will emerge as the ultimate winner.
Go.
New exclusive rewards.
Someone using flare, awesome.
At the end of round 10, rewards will be issued based on the player's ladder grade and final rank. For outstanding players, they will receive exclusive rewards that can showcase their supreme honor both in and outside the game. In-game rewards include the honor title, honor name tag, and honor avatar frame, which are sure to make you stand out. Moreover, there are also physical trophies, interviews, custom-made popularity gifts, official social media promotion, game exposure, and other exclusive honorable rewards. Gain global renown both in and outside the game. What are you waiting for? Participate in the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala now.
We're still in the zone here, though.
I give you 8 times for the MK.
Sure, thank you. And I guess I'm wrong because it's down the hill. Let's go closer. They used it here.
The house, 2 cars outside.
1 person outside waiting for the flare. Oh, sometimes MK, I can't believe it. I shoot his head, get headshot, I shoot his head again, and it's like the recoil is so high. It's 10 meters above him.
And this is going to be the
it's supposed to be so steady. It's like a crate weapon.
I'm live in Malaysia,
it's two behind this house on the left side.
Other than Potato coming out from Alter Ego. And starting off our questions and brief interview for the day. Now, for Alter Ego, you guys were PMSL champions back-to-back for 2 seasons, but it feels like there's a lot of challenges for you.
I feel like the Mini is stronger than the MK.
What was the biggest difference if you compare during the PMSL and even the PMGC now?
probably
Oke,
3.
jadi
Or
buat
no, I
Alter
think he
Ego
got the
sendiri,
Gillis from
kalian
the
itu
airdrop.
back-to-back champion di PMSL.
But then again, we're not in a zone, and
sekarang
neither are
kamu berada
them,
di
and we
survival
just
stage
rotate.
PMGC.
We just rotate to the
Jadi
zone.
apakah perbedaan di antara PMSL dan PMGC itu sendiri?
Oke, kalau perbedaannya menurut kita sih dari segi adaptif di tim-tim global ini ya, karena dari segi adaptif atau adaptasi mereka sangat-sangat kuat lah. Jadi mereka nggak ada patokan mau gameplay gimana, jadi mereka menyesuaikan dari segi gameplay.
Okay, if you ask me the difference between PMSL and PMGC, most of the team at this PMGC, they know how to adapt with the situation. They don't have like one specific play style or they want to play passive or aggressive. No, they're not doing that. They just adapt with the situation and improvise from there.
So I guess that's the biggest challenge for them as well then. And now, based on yesterday's matches,
wow,
are there any adjustments? Since today's the last day playing as well, you have to wait for tomorrow. Will there be any adjustment for your team to just make it
the guy with the
for
DBS
the next stage and get a better result?
Oke, jadi buat hari ini adalah hari terakhir buat Alter Ego sendiri. Apakah menurut kamu sendiri ada sesuatu lah yang kamu ngerasa bisa nggak kamu lolos ke survival stage nanti gitu? Kamu harus apa yang kamu harus lakuin buat kamu lolos ke survival stage?
Apa yang harus kita lakuin sih pastinya lebih ke mematangkan kesalahan kemarin ya. Jadi kita belajar banyak dari kesalahan kemarin. Kita benar-benar adjust lah untuk hari ini karena hari ini kita terakhir bermain dan grup green besok masih grup red dan yellow masih bermain.
Okay, so for me from Alter Ego, we want to do our best. We already touch up our
I see one guy 200, the guy with the DBS, 200 on the hill.
Of course,
it's more like West for you than 200.
Green and versus Red, but then Red is gonna play tomorrow, so I think we're gonna perform really well, so that Group Red is not gonna qualify easily to the last chance.
Now I'm going to touch that for a bit more, since you mentioned about your mistakes yesterday, and it's so hard to actually identify your mistake in a very short time. Can you state out some of the mistakes that's quite major for your team?
Ya, kamu ngomong-ngomong, kamu ada ngomong tentang permasalahan yang terjadi lah, mistake-mistake yang terjadi. Bisa nggak kamu cerita sedikit aja, apa salah satu contoh mistake-mistake yang terjadi di kemarin hari?
Mistake yang kemarin terjadi sih kita belum expect sama keisengan Semnan ya. Jadi benar-benar dari semua map kita benar-benar dekat sama dia dan lumayan mengganggu gameplay kita lah.
So the thing that I didn't expect is the playstyle from Sem9. So that's the mistake that we learned back then is because of our drop spot in every map is quite near with Sem9 and yeah, we don't expect these things gonna happen, and yes, it's gonna.
Beautiful.
They give us so much trouble.
This guy here,
I mean, that's
and the other one is
happening
West.
on the global stage, definitely. Now, you mentioned about Sem9. Are they one of your greatest threat when it comes to this stage, or will there be somebody else so far?
I don't know.
Kamu ngomong Sem9 nih, kamu mention Sem9. Apakah Sem9 itu salah satu tim yang kamu ngerasa PR terbesar kamu, ataupun ada tim-tim yang lain?
Enggak sih, karena emang kemarin iseng aja kita nggak expect dia bakalan main se-iseng itu.
Okay. So basically, it's not really Sem9 is our biggest threat, but then we just don't expect they're gonna play like that.
I don't think he's in the zone.
Okay, we might have more surprises for today, by the way.
The guy from the Rock is moving in his ghillie suit, but oh boy, MK is crazy jumpy.
What's your focus to improve your rankings since today is your last day? And what do you think is the most important outcome for today's games?
I think I need 4
body
hits
kalau kita lihat dari point system, poin kalian itu tidaklah terlalu jauh untuk kamu lolos ke survival, ke last chance. Jadi apakah fokus terbesar yang kamu mau fokusin hari ini supaya kamu bisa lolos ke last chance?
Wow, kita lebih memaksimalin tiap game sih. Jadi tiap game kita mendapatkan hasil yang bagus, poin juga bakalan ikutan bagus juga. Jadi kita fokus game per game.
Okay, so basically we're gonna focus on each game. We're gonna focus on our first game first. It's because of I believe each game and the point will come afterwards. So we're just gonna do our best in every single match so that we're gonna maximize our point.
I agree. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time as well. But we're done here on stage live. We're going to toss it back to the casters. Good luck, all the best for all the teams out there competing, especially when it comes to Green Group. Today will be the last day performing, and the next day they have to just wait it out. We're just going to toss it back to the casters. Casters, take it away.
Well, as you heard there, Potato, Alter Ego, and all the teams from Group Green, this is your last chance, your last 6 matches to get as many points as possible. and potentially keep yourself in
He's
the
smoking
safe
at the
zone.
tree.
We got Maxman
300.
and Kalaris here on the desk to break down everything happening obviously yesterday and what's to
that
come up
means
today.
nothing
And
because
honestly,
he could be at the
Max,
tree. I didn't see how he
no,
threw it.
I'm not going to go to you, Max. I'm going to go to Kalaris first. Alter Ego had a rough day to say the least.
Yes, they did, and I VOD reviewed them quite extensively. So obviously we heard in the interview there that, you know, Sem9 was one of their downfalls.
Can you go all the way to the edge?
They're not playing today. However, I think that is not the issue for them. Yesterday, the issue for them in 4 games out of the 6 was unnecessary risks. You think back to the Sandhawk, you get caught in the water, BTR takes you down, you're done. You think, and the other water scenario in Erangel as well,
to get in the
that
zone and
was
play cool. He might be in the smoke. I don't know. There's no way of telling.
First game on Erangel where they're coming late to the circle, they're trying to go for a central spot. You're too late. Try and play edge.
Oh, he's not.
Again, another unnecessary risk.
Awesome.
And then finally Sem9 on Erangel
he tricked me with the smoke because I was like, maybe he's at the other tree. I thought this was a far throw. Nice. He was at the far tree. Okay, GG's though. Nice work.
Mature PUBG Mobile and trying to play a bit more of a controlled style.
Nice finish.
Before we can hop into some more
let me
analysis
put
here,
down the
Max, I know you're
statue.
just ready to talk. Gotta remind you guys at home about the Infinix GT10 Pro official smartphone here at PUBGC 2023. And while you're on your new lovely device, make sure you check out TikTok with the tag PUBGC 2023 to find out some stuff behind the scenes, hopefully some interviews, hopefully anything for you guys to watch. And of course, we do post about the event. Make sure you use the hashtag as well. But Max, as you heard Kalaris break down Alter Ego, there's another team out there we really have to focus our attention on, a team who had a special invite into the group stage. It's G Gladiators.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about them.
I'm making you talk about them.
I don't know. I want to talk about them. I mean, Gladiators. We expect more, right? I still believe in the Gladiators cheese.
Let's go.
Jason, they're gonna maybe qualify to the survival stage, to the last chance, should I say, with just a few points. But
I just feel like the MK shouldn't be that bouncy because it's a great weapon.
Right?
And why does it have more recoil than an SPS?
I'm especially excited to see play is going to be.
Or I think it's basically just like the SLR is bad now. It was way better, but now it's kind of bad. And because the SKS was like buffed, it's stronger. But I feel like the SKS is better than MK when it comes to single shots.
Right, with how they are able to take these fights now, how aggressive they are. I'm especially interested to see how they're going to fight for their spot in Pachinki on the Wrangle against, I believe it's Deep Xavier, how that really unfolds.
BG, can someone transfer his or her membership to anyone else if not interested? No. No, but if you get the membership by accident and you don't want it, there's no downside to it.
South Korea, let's go. Here we are.
You know what I mean?
They're awesome.
You have zero obligations, no nothing.
I mean, to be fair, they had a great start to their group initially, and they kind of fell off slowly as time went on. But I've said it multiple times, as South Korea constantly gets more and more days, more games on the board.
That is one busy lobby.
All of their teams. All of the teams
there's like 10 people around the Papagati. Oh, look, there's a second Papagati. You see it?
Prove big here again today.
There's a second Papagati. Because I parked it in the perfect angle.
Well, that's great stuff to talk about, obviously, Digma Galaxy and Duckson. But Max, I really want to hammer home about Gladiators here. My attention actually are over towards potentially Inco Gaming, because obviously they've seen their brethren teams
we do the same thing again. I go Corey, get 3 people, and you kill the last one.
Pretty well. I'm curious to see if they can rise up and be another Brazilian strong power team. But also, and Hyper, because the roster they ended up fielding in Group Red wasn't the roster they ended up fielding in Americas, or the team they ended up fielding in North American PMPL.
50, my man. Thank you so much for the love.
The roster was surprised to see them do so well in the group, considering G-Fence kind of been out of the team for a while now.
That is amazing. Have an amazing
I guess a lot of
Friday.
pressure coming away from North America in general, considering they're our only representative, and I don't know. It's going to be tough, man. That's all I can say.
I know that Zifan is watching a lot of, doing a lot of viewer parties, watching a lot of the different regions. So I think that might have helped out, actually, because he knows kind of what to expect in these matches against all these different teams, how they're going to rotate, and how these matches are going to be unfolding.
Rescuing
so
you.
That has been helping them out quite a bit. But it can't help you against the domination of Brazil.
You're doing it all on your own, so I'm just like
running away with it. And as you said, already talking about Inco, Jason, they have already played at this stage. And Nenevich in particular, one of my favorite players of the region. That I would like
are you sitting in a Bugatti?
But that would be too many Brazilian teams. They can't be all of them. That's not possible.
But I have a crown. Do you have a crown?
We'll see. Obviously, still have to come up down the way. But we can see a comparison here. Obviously, Galaxy and Magnus obviously struggling when it came to place points, able to put up a ton of eliminations, and obviously double chicken dinners as well. We can see just obviously the performance from the group stage quite different.
For me, Nigma Galaxy, I do feel like they were the one surprise for me, especially out of Group Red, to not advance through to the grand final straight away. I mean, they just fell short of Morph by a few points here and there because Enigma Galaxy had a great start, and we know this team as a very formidable roster. I mean, I think a lot of people put a lot of stock in if Coops is gone, then if he's eliminated early, then maybe they don't have much leg to stand on. But I don't necessarily hugely agree with that. Of course, he is a force to be reckoned with, right? And somebody that is going to be sitting very strongly with him, as you can see here with the 43 eliminations. But still, this team still is able to play a macro game, even if Coops is gone. It's just that he is quite the powerhouse.
Headshot and body hits.
PMWI, Max, we did see Coops kind of be
similar to
good
enough. One guy at the helmet,
kind of off by himself. But also, the funny thing was, he was the tip of the spear, it seemed, in most parts. He would be like the first one across the rows to get position for his team.
That was this guy.
But he'd be so confident and so successful to be able to do that, that it allowed Enigma Galaxy to kind of adapt their style quite a bit to how
the one at the grenade is jumping down.
Don't need an IGL. You just need to... Oh, Coops is engaged. We just follow Coops.
Enable him.
No, just enable Coops exactly to kind of take
one guy in the middle at the stairs.
The
main building.
Scenarios. He's the one that is leading the charge for this fight. And a lot of the time, it's very successful when it works out that way. And the rest of the team, sure, they can frag out. We know Lord, we know Freak, we know how...
Oh, there's still so many people here. Crazy.
But clearly, it's just the setup around Coops. If he gets knocked, pick him up. You want to keep him alive as much as possible. Which is what I wanted to see almost from Quest with Al-Hajj, but it's just not been the case. Al-Hajj has been going out early, so it goes to show how important it is to keep a star player like alive until the very end, because it increases your odds of winning those matches pretty significantly. So yeah, I hope that it's going to work out for them, though. If you're looking on this graphic, Radio Seal, currently Reject, we had some great moments, right, Kalaris, in the group stage, but they've been a little bit invisible currently at the start of this tournament. There's still a bit of time for them to come back and hopefully qualify for the last chance, but Reject have not had the start I was expecting, and that might be also off the back of that long break between Group Green and now this point of the tournament.
Honestly, I have a bit of a grim outlook for Group Green, in my opinion. We'll take a look at some of the highlights, because I mean, what you've got
in front of the house, 195.
Not able to make it happen yesterday, right? I think.
Oh, I had the glitch when you jump out of the car, you can't control your character.
Points. And that's kind of why I focused on them a little bit in my VOD review from day to day, because I do feel like Alter Ego is the one that can try and get out of that rut that Group Green has put themselves in yesterday, because it is their last chance today. So much so that I do believe that Alter Ego will make some big changes coming in today. Like, for example, I think that they're going to go north on Sandlock, because M-Hyper goes down towards Camp Charlie, which was a backup drop since they moved away from that West Island, for example. So we'll see if that actually pans out here today. But yeah, I think they've got a tall mountain to climb as Group Green today, for the most part.
I will say this, I'm 100% in agreement with you, Claris, but one thing we can't forget about is that the difference between 16 plays and 8 plays is 15 points. Now, obviously, if you're released in a situation that we're doubling your points, but it's not that big of a gap at the moment, so it's really going to come down to those potential 1, 2, 3 points that means whether you're into the last chance or you're unfortunately
he was here at the upper platform.
Done. So it's still extremely close, but yeah, it is kind of eye-opening match as we look at Group Green just struggling down towards the bottom.
His friend is coming up the stairs, a third guy.
Yellow on average have 40.5
you just stay here, I go more. You stay here, you stay here. I go more north. It's
so
okay.
There's a pretty significant disparity between the teams that are between these two groups. It is going to be a bit rough. There's room for them to, of course, catch up here, but as we know, for the survival stage, it's only 2 days. The team of Group Green only have 6 matches remaining to have an impact on the leaderboards. And after, I think Kalaris in esports, this is always the worst scenario to be in. You just got to stay and watch and just hope that the other teams around you don't perform well, which is the most insane situation to be in, because you just cannot have the impact you're hoping for.
No, for sure. It's a terrifying prospect to actually kind of stare down. For Rejects, of course, I think that obviously right now they got themselves 17 points yesterday. Compare that to the group stage that they had, which was 188 points in total. For me, I don't know if 2 days is enough for Rejects and rotating lobbies
and I
for
think
them to gain traction, because Rejects' performances came in the latter stages of their group as a whole compared to some of the earlier days and the earlier results. That said, as well, there's some uncharacteristic numbers that came out from yesterday. Prestige, for example, only 10 eliminations across 6 games. This is a team that can get that in 1 game, no problem, considering what we saw from them in the group stage. So my eyes are also on them, aside from Alter Ego, because I just think that they're capable of more.
100%. I completely agree, and unfortunately, just not seeing out of them and the twins. But you know what? Obviously, rotating groups. I think for me, as you kind of mentioned, right? Like we have rotating groups. It kind of doesn't favor some of the teams. But for me, PMGC is always about finding the best all around.
He's coming with the cannon. He's coming with the cannon towards you. He's coming with the cannon towards you. He's standing right next to you. Right next to you. Right next to you. Right next to you.
3-4 days. Then you have this event where you have rotating groups. You have to be adaptive. Then you get to the grand finals where it's going to be a sprint, right? It's the last stage coming up in just 2 days, which is really a sprint, right? With just 2 days of play. You got to be good all around, and we're going to find the team to be just that, hopefully, very, very soon. But one team I did want to focus on, just really quickly, because I want to throw this out there in case it happens. Influence Rage. You're so far in the lead, there should be no chance you're ever going to fall into the bottom.
At least he wasn't camping, so that's nice.
Do you start to hot drop on some teams potentially?
One person in the main building. He left it.
Some of the teams, well, not
still main building and the staircase.
Situation to punish teams and prevent them from potentially qualifying. Because Influence Rage will come tomorrow, Mad Bulls is today.
We always theorize this, and it pretty much never happens, right?
But I want to see it!
You want to see it, okay, but other teams going to take that risk, I'm not quite
loot.
Sure. You could do it if you want at the second half of the day. I think now is a bit early to do that. You're safe. You're not 100% safe.
Is it the grenade statue once more?
I mean, for Influence Rage, I would just say, just play the half of the day, just chill, normal. Then if you want and see how it happens, I think the earlier you do it, the more responsive teams are going to be to that, and they're going to adapt around you, potentially hot dropping them, right? So if you Influence Rage, Mad Balls, BTR, maybe you want to take a bit more time before going for a play like that. I don't know who you'd want to pick out. Maybe Rejects, maybe also Gladiators right now could be a team to take down. I don't know. Could be.
I have a thought. I do think Mad Balls is relatively safe. I mean, considering that I think that the performance will continue.
I think one person is still where the
I think if you were going to target anybody based on these two groups alone, I wouldn't even mind looking towards Procedure for
one is still in the main building.
If you think about their potential rotational paths from something like Gaznaya going up against kind of Rozok, sometimes those can potentially clash from time to time, and Erangel is the most, as we all do our little things. Please sir, I want to be next.
I don't know if I can make it
I think that could be a target. If they were going to do something, I don't know whether they will though.
I'd even go on Alter Ego, to be honest. I think that would be a good team to take down.
Maybe.
They could be a threat.
I mean, that's a good point. If you prevent people from hot dropping you when we get into the last chance stage, then it means your position is going to be a lot cleaner. You're limited in games, you have a better chance of qualifying through. But let's see what's going to break down. We're heading to our first match today with Sandhawk. We're going to throw over to our commentators, Jackie and Blink, to take it away.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Oh, it's exciting already because I kind of like the way you can see we're all there in anticipation. It's cool. I like
the same guy from the camp. They're all coming back. They're too crazy. They're too crazy. It's the same team.
Sick, man. This week's going to be so damn good.
No, I don't understand. Like, why do people play like that?
If that carries on, I'm living for it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we were having a lot of
That's the reason why the player count is always so low, because they just jump back to die once more. Let's go Milta. Let's go Milta.
Their final day today.
That's an amazing fight. Yeah, you see he died. You got him a second time.
Between both the survival stage and that last chance.
What's the point?
Some of the players, some of the teams in Group Green are in real danger.
I think we're gonna make it.
It's a stressful experience. You do Alliance, they look happy, they look ready to go. They look very, very excited to get
if they want to go fight and then die and fight again.
Good upwards trend.
All right, wow, what have I missed? Abhishek with the 5 gifted Thesaurus PG memberships. Appreciated, Abhishek. Have an amazing day. Thank you.
回家的路上碰见俩人吵架，我跑进劝架，车人特别狠，然后他回头一看我，
Thank you so much for that. Means a lot to me.
当时就老实多了，抱着这玩意儿走路上，收获的。
大家好，欢迎来到歪点的实验室，我是歪叔。这是一条蚯蚓，长长的，黑黑的，细细的。
Absolutely, I think that's the speculation that we have. Tinted goggles or
because William is a bear.
跳起一旁的，表示以后由他接自己的班。那你呢？要当局长吗？
Even Reject Tokyo can be locked in without how well they were playing over that week. But since coming into this, well, hang on a minute, hold that thought. It seems like hot drops are happening, Blank. What's going on here? Straight into the action. Is that Mad Balls under pressure already?
It is Inco versus Mad Balls here, and we saw this versus Mad Balls in the very first day of their group versus Falcons. They lost their hot drop. but they're used to it now. They're expecting something to go off. They've already found
孙之书闻言忍不住替父亲不平，那些外面来支教的老师、医生，个个都能凭劳模选干部，只有父亲一个人当了20多年邮差，临了却什么也捞不着，白受了这么多辛苦。父亲闻言却并未在意，趁孙之书去拿信的空档，他把老二叫过来，把腿搭在他身上，默默揉着常年病痛的膝盖。年轻的时候头快经常走水路，腿也是那时候落下的毛病。儿子得知父亲的辛苦后，忍不住抱怨，村里怎么也不写封表扬信，父亲却说这山里人人都姓王，谁要表扬他们？说着，父亲便起身准备继续打，结果刚出村委会的大门，他们就愣住，门外围满村民。儿子没见过这阵仗紧张气氛，父亲便打趣他说：“该看你靠我，没见过。”儿子闻言羞涩极了，好在父亲及时为他讲，主动向村民介绍起来。两人一狗在村民热切的目光中离开村落，一直到他们走出村子好远，村民们还守在村口，他们都是来送别父亲，而父亲一直没有回头。这一刻，儿子才明白，父亲也许不需要表扬信，那些村民们的不舍和感恩便是对他最大的嘉奖。大多村子的信都是送去村委会，但也有几封特别的信要亲自送上去。大山深处住了位瞎眼的婆婆，儿媳妇生孙子那年难产死了，婆婆一个人把孙子带大。后来那个男孩成了方圆100里唯一的大学生，可惜他出了大山就再也没有回来过，就连他爹去世都。
He's got room to try and pick him up later if possible. Doesn't peek off the back of the bait of the movement either. So Squash still holding. Frozen expires.
And this guy who ran him over is probably like, where's the kill?
Back. So worst case scenario has happened here. Even if either one of these solos get away and give up the final elim, you have crippled yourself coming into the opening game today.
这全是不可思议的眼神，特别让人骄傲。
Yeah, Galaxy also having a little peek in here with Ralph off in the distance alongside his teammates. So
有趣的知识，夏天开空调怎么凉快又省电？首先千万不要一开一关，这样是最费电的。你只需要按照这个。
妇科的知识，女孩子超过11点不睡觉，就会开始分泌雄性激素。
有趣的知识，夏天开空调怎么凉快又省电？首先千万不要一开一关，这样是最费电的。你只需要按照这个设置，制冷温度26度，风速开到2档，最后选择节能模式，让空调往上吹，你就会发现不仅省电还舒服。
借自己的，那你呢？
自然还可以。
孙之书闻言忍不住替父亲不平，那些。
Goodbye.
See what we have here.
With that, Tolika will move onwards. Ralph takes out the final player there from Inco.
Half of Pachinki is still in.
Difficult stuff
a third
ahead
of Pachinki is still
for
in.
Tolika himself.
A quarter of Pachinki is definitely
forward
in the
here,
zone.
Jackie.
On second thought, a fraction of
rough
Pachinki
way
is in the zone.
to start this off, Blank. You know, we're coming into it thinking that we have time to speculate, give a bit of a lay of the land, if you will, for our viewers at home. We got Jason's favourite, just what he ordered, you know, fresh from the oven there, the hot drop special.
有趣的知识，夏天开空调怎么凉快又省电？首先千万不要一开一关，这样是最费电的。你只需要按照这个设置，制冷温度26度，风速开到2档，最后选择节能模式，让空调往上吹，你就会发现不仅省电还舒服。有趣的知识，夏天开空调怎么凉快又省电？首先，
some of these squads, right? It was kind of interesting because we were sort of speculating: is Mad Bulls going to want a hot drop? In the end, they have to, but it's Inco who does engage that. And I think for Inco, maybe not the greatest thing to happen. I mean, we were talking about how, you know, here on Sandhog, you do want to try and get as many points as possible, squeeze out as much as possible from this map, because you're only going to see one of it anyway.
So you have 7 too?
You don't want to go heavy on these games. Tixie all by his lonesome here. No one else to help him. He's got a DBS versus the 3-man squad here of Quest.
To your statement.
Easy, straight round the corner. Easy 2-pump, double barrel action. Straight into the face of Kitsune as well. Causes him to go bounding around like a very aggressive bunny rabbit. And he's put the foot down, Blank. And he gets onto one. The sprint out as well. Basically just offering themselves up as sacrifice there. Those are some freebies for gladiators. You get the response in as well for the situation. Get everyone back on their feet. You're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, you're going to be really, really pleased pleased with the fact that Tixie's able to hold his own on this compound. It is typically where Tixie does play as well.
Thank you so much for the $3. Appreciate it.
Able for the rest of the team to get over towards him as well. And I think that is nice. That's a nice regroup coming through from Gladiators. A lot of times they've been fairly slow on that approach. If one player is all on his lonesome, backup doesn't come half as quick enough a lot of times. So for Tixie, he is thanking his teammates, clapping them on the back there. That is a very, very pleasing result for Gladiators. Not so much for Quest, currently on 13 points. It's not really looking too good for this team, even after the absolute mad plays we saw from Al Hadji yesterday. I don't know how much further Quest is going to be able to get into this tournament, but I think next year is going to be a really good year for Al Hadji, no matter what team he's on.
I think they've done well, at least in kind of winning the hearts of the fans a little bit as well.
I don't need more loot. I'm ready.
From them on camera, the way they've come across in their interviews, and the resilience we saw at least in regulation back in Group Green. Right? For them to actually fight through and even still be in the tournament in a position where we can still be talking about them right now, at least for me, was impressive. It just felt like there was a little bit of room for them to get another step forward. It's a shame how some of the games have gone for Quest, especially yesterday.
Look at my backpack.
It was misery. Back on screens here, though. Evo's instantly aggressing, looking to try and build themselves a few points on this one.
BG, you missed my super chat. I did.
Off with the UMP, Redface and Co now moving in to clear out the upper compound as well, and flushing their way through anyone that dares to peek into them.
Yeah, it's a nice little fight there from Procedure Evos versus N-Hyper, leaving them down to one player now. And I think
let me explain how this is even possible. The thing is,
yesterday didn't look too great.
Put the traps where I think people would go. I drive where I think people would go because I am people, and that's why I always get hit by my own traps. Yes.
21 points though. It's not terrible. It's not
ideal. I knew it's LMAO. It's because I should not think like how other people would do this, because then I think how I would do it, and that's my mistake. So I have to think like other people would not do it, and then do that, and then I will not go there. Because I don't do that, and then I would not have hit my own trap. But I am people, and that's why it went south real fast. And I did miss you, Gul. Thank you so much. Eid Mubarak to all. Big fan. Thank you for the 10 dirham. Eid Mubarak.
Now finding a bit of
have an amazing day. Thank you so much.
There's an old airdrop over here. Do you want to check it out?
We're lying in wait.
It's also an old airdrop right in front with the Bucky.
Hit and miss yesterday, Blank. Honestly, to be fair with you, mate, I feel like we saw a truer test of them, at least in Group Green. You know,
no, it's a flare.
They were struggling a little bit.
I thought it was an old airdrop.
It felt like this guy was a bit of a one-man army.
No, it's not.
He was as quick to the mark yesterday.
It's a logical fallacy, right?
You've come back in a little bit more fresh-faced today. Would like to see some improvements from them
old cheese car there.
Yeah, I mean, for the Turkish squad, it's just a little bit difficult for them at the moment. I mean, they've been making a lot of right moves. And I think for an edge team that likes to kind of read
it's like when you play poker and you think your opponent has a certain set of cards, and then you think how you would think, how they think, but they think how they think, and not how you think they would think, right? Because they're not you, but then you play against yourself and then you lose.
Then they were going down to these engagements. They weren't always able to win it out
very
cleanly.
In
four-man squad
all the time before you even see the court, you just all in.
They ended up just losing games very early on, and it's kind of the risk with playing edge a lot of time whilst you're holding out and guarding those edge sides, is that if you get into an engagement there, you lose it. Right, there's not much chance of getting very much further into the game. For other teams that like to leapfrog from edge and then send towards a kind of a middling position between the center of the circle and the outer side of it, you have much more chance to get further into the game and maybe pick yourself some pretty consistent placement points off the back of it. And we had a really good conversation as well yesterday,
we can go
or even this morning, actually. Bloody hell, mixing up the time zones. It's all going so quickly right now. Where we were talking about, you know, look, some of these teams yesterday just came out absolutely swinging, and I think in this format you have to, whereas other teams
they get a bigger scope,
sort of got in their own heads a bit.
Yeah, that was one of the big focal points. We were kind of sort of umming and ahhing
so we can go
about how you can see the difference of, let's say, a team like Influence Rage, who came out just playing
there's
their
a buggy
style,
here,
just
abandoned.
There's a
suspicious, right? Any opportunity they had to just swing on a fight, play confident, going into an engagement, basically thinking, you know, we've already won this. They're just thinking about the points being in their pocket. you're going to have so much more of a better time of it than going into it giving so much respect
Corey,
to teams,
people are just living the dream right now.
And we've seen that change. A lot of our squads from Group Green, it feels like their play styles have kind of flip-flopped more so than anything compared to what we were seeing during that regular point. This is an interesting one, actually kind of ties into that. You can see here, Reject Tokyo at least getting a bit more confidence to fight and contest for center. There in terms of the draw of the circle, but it works out. You've got a compound, you're in a good spot, and they're going to be pleased with this, mate. They'll be chuffed with that, Blank. Because when they had center control, when they felt comfortable early in a compound, this is when we saw some of the better games from Reject. Because honestly, they're great on defense. Good comms. It just felt like getting there was rough for them. They've been playing a lot of edge, and it hadn't been working out too well. I'd hope that would be a positive change. Bit of a fight potentially developing here as well. You've got the push up the hill. Focus is drawn from NASA towards the backside, but a few bullets whizzing on by. Room for a bit of a scrap here.
Yeah, I think for Enigma Galaxy as well as nicer, this is a case where potentially Enigma Galaxy will just think about just swinging wide at this, potentially trying to get in underneath towards Painan. I think Enigma Galaxy is a team that is very well known for some of their more smart rotations. A little bit of a scout there from Ralph. He's in very much danger now of taking a knock. Luckily, the vehicle is going at a strong 90 miles per hour. Alter Ego zooming in towards where Reject is playing. Already Octa gets taken down here. They try and take control of one edge, but Reject has penned them in, locks them into one location. Now the nades can start to come through. There's a lot of damage off the back there. In the meantime, Duxan does take down Ralph. We talked about him earlier.
To the hill, so we
very,
see
very
them a
low.
little bit better, but they just realized it's barely in the zone anymore.
Pins pulled on the nades for Alter Ego, looking to see if maybe there's a way they can defend themselves with these bad boys. Problem is they've already taken so much damage. Reject Tokyo.
I just don't know who they were fighting with. I see
trying
nothing.
to reset in terms of the defense and readjust what positions they're playing from so they can support each other a little bit easier. There is nades in play as well. Reject Tokyo normally very good.
But as long as we're still in the zone here, I don't even want to move.
That could be something to come back towards. For now,
I'm okay
we'll
with
see
this.
what's happening up on the hillside as well. There's been a bit of commotion here. Teams have been making their presence known, and that high ground control is going to be worth its weight in gold.
Sending love to you and beautiful Miss Hummel.
Rotation
thank you for the $2.
You've got Alliance on the move.
Have a
as
wonderful
they start
Friday.
To make their way over. Drop in the smoke so they've actually got some cover to work with. And you'd need it because Melissa are close by and they're eagle-eyed, Blank. They've got eyes like a hawk.
Yeah, for you two, this is probably one of the toughest rotates currently happening on around the map, where they're sort of locked in between DX as well as Malice Esports, and DX has a fantastic towards high ground. Stuff we saw a lot from them yesterday, identifying some very strong positions on the map, but also being really good at holding them down. Not necessarily always in compounds, just in certain areas of the map where they have that high ground control. They can play around a little bit of hard cover and go from there. Circle moves very hard towards that north side. Now that is a little bit of grace given towards MB Esports. They can use that to their advantage. You do Alliance, they take a knock in Flax, and a quick heal goes over towards Qatar there. So very, very immediate response from you do Alliance, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. I think they're just caught on with the worst end of the stick out of the lobby. Probably the only team that's going to suffer in the next minute or so, I would say.
Wow, this guy actually hit me. It's the one from the Arsenal shooting. But we have to go to the trenches.
Why do I have...
Malice Esports on this side of the map. Now, Kissu does go down. Poser has a nade in hand. We'll send it over towards Nisa, but Malice Esports again just crumbling a lot during these days. Again, Nisa, 5 eliminations found so far. Really, really good stuff from them. I think this is interesting because it is a lot of these squads that we see a fair few times that just come into these games swinging. They tend to do well, and I would say that this is a very, very good and promising mark of the game going forward here, Jackie.
I'd agree with you, man. It feels like, actually, you know, we're getting into a bit of a groove now, a bit of a stride for some of our teams. A lot more aggression displayed early game as well here with the culmination of the two groups we have in today's lobby for survival stage.
Right in front of us,
now,
southwest.
So they were being pulled and pushed in multiple directions here. It felt like they weren't quite sure which fight they wanted to set their gaze on, but now they've been thrust into one. They have to try and survive, taking a ton of damage up against Evos. Good lay of the land from Link as well. Knows to look towards the distance. Can see just over the ridge side where his next opponent is coming from. They've got an understanding of where exactly he's playing towards. But with the bullets connecting, they're going to start to farm up these elims. Melise, meanwhile,
just to the tree next to me,
crashing down as well. This is Juju Alliance still trying
don't
to
come here. He has the better position.
Doing this for quite some time, Blank. Maybe it's going to start to work out. Nice connection onto Levites. He's dropped and finished off for good, and they're still pushing in.
Oh, yeah, Clutch did a really good job here. I actually like the thought process we saw from Juju Alliance. Unfortunately for them, DX followed them down on that south side, which is a really cool play from DX. You don't a lot of times see teams chasing on this situation. In the meantime, Reject desperately trying to hold on towards their central compound. They left it, they moved towards that north side, but they did face off versus FaZe. But they're currently still in a strong position. Gladiators,
it's the driver of the ugly car.
This game is very, very important. They already started things off really well with a 4 limmer. It would be
someone running
absolutely strange and weird circumstance that we see Gladiators get the majority of their points done on Sandhog. As we know, they are horrid at this map. This is a map that they do not find a lot of success on, but already they're up to 7 eliminations with 4 players alive. This is starting to be a really good run for them.
You are not safe.
There's an itch in the back of my brain, just reminding me of one of the Sandhog games we saw from Gladiators quite some time ago.
Are they under? Yeah, they're under attack by a second person. You see that? 250?
Yeah,
someone's shooting there in the back.
Like, you know, the story's not going to happen. The crazy comeback towards the end is never going to be there. It feels like finally that Cinderella story won't be written. Something like this happens. We've seen it before on Sandhog. I don't know what causes them to play like this sometimes, but they've certainly had their breakfast this morning, and they're coming out with some fibrous maneuvers, looking very solid in the moves they're making. 7 elims to the name, Blank. How much longevity have they got on this one? We'll keep our eyes on it. The Gladiators need a good game, and the individuals are playing
He was still fighting someone. There must be a snake here, somewhere around the airdrop, because he was shooting someone crossing the street. Where the Dacia? Behind the Dacia?
Boy on a knock. That's to DX, who are doing a really good job over on this eastern side, just clearing their way through. Up to 3 eliminations now. Alter Ego also chiming in. Bit of a better rotate from them over towards his south side, able to take over that compound that Reject were holding on to. I think a lot of that comes off the back of the fact that Gladiators...
One at the airdrop, one person at the airdrop, next to me.
Windows, notching the players from Reject. Very much slowed them down.
Just at this tree, Which one did you get?
Sailing in from Gladiators, taking out the remainder now.
Okay, and the other one is at the car.
FaZe spots out some of the players from Gladiators, will take some pot shots towards them, over towards that western side. Chow gives his life for the rest of the team, but it's just Paragin now. With Lamborghini down, he is able to get in, but this is more of a survival game for them.
He's in the smoke now, he's going to the other airdrop.
The last
big mistake, big mistake, big mistake.
My university days where the deadline's looming and suddenly I'm in the library for 24 hours.
Went on top of the airdrop instead of going behind.
I sympathise with a lot, Blank. I'm the same. Unless the deadline's there, it's not getting done. And that's the way they play.
We are the number one best. Victory belongs to best.
It's working wonders for them right now. Again, you know, with every time we're looking over to them, they're starting to build up more elims. And like you're saying, zone-wise as well, they're in a good position to make a play off this. The one awkward encounter in the dead center as well is Reject Tokyo, now basically being the Reject duo, with all of FaZe in full force around them as well. So not really what you want to be. A bit of flat sharing going on, and that's illegal. It's called subletting, Blank. FaZe are going to clap back onto DX as well, finding a way to peek through the windows. An assault onto Paragin. That's an unlucky knock.
Yeah, I think right now, even though he's able to get Lamborghini up, it was kind of for nothing. This little high ground the Gladiators currently have control of was so fortuitous that they got the circle on this side. Coming off that high ground is very difficult, so they're trying to milk it for as